when you're walking in these places where Jesus taught and he cured people, and all of a sudden Scripture comes alive for you.
To go to where the church started, to go to see where Christ ministered to his people.
Literally, you're walking in the footsteps of Christ, and you can really feel the presence, especially in the tomb of Jesus, and it's very inspiring, and it certainly adds to your faith.
That you're doing something for all of Christianity and keeping these holy places open so that people can come and visit and experience not only Christ in their life, but their own growth in faith.
I love the Franciscan spirit.
They really live up to the life of St. Francis and taking care of the shrines, being peacemakers to all who come there, all the different pilgrims.
I was inspired by the mission of the Franciscan Custody of the Holy Land.
To help preserve the Christian sites for the Christians in the Holy Land.
I just found these guys on the internet.
It just clicked in my mind, being a Franciscan, religious, preserving the holy sites.
God was calling me to do this, and I was blessed to be able to do it.
God opened my eyes and said, this is what it's going to be.
This is a one-of-a-kind job. No one else in the world has this. We bring men from all parts of the world together. And the challenging part is being able to get used to one another.
I've lived on my own for 23 years.
Everybody has different experiences, different life journeys, and we all come together.
When you get to meet them and you get to work with them, you understand from where they're coming from.
You're enriched by everyone's different cultures and languages, so it becomes a very profound experience of enculturation.
There's such a beauty in learning where other people come from. And then they experience yours, you experience theirs, and all of a sudden you form this bond of friendship that makes it so easy to do the work in the Holy Land.
Because I said, hey, it'd be kind of cool to go to the Holy Land and be a Franciscans, and then I said, hey, I think the friars are in the Holy Land, so I found them on the website, and then I called Father Jacob and came here.
Got on the internet and started talking to Father Jacob and told him that I had been to the Holy Land, and that would be very neat to do that kind of thing.
We here are all trying to follow St. Francis, and Francis has a lot to say about simplicity.
What am I going to do with my house? What am I going to do with my job? What am I going to do with all my things?
Handled their own money and had cars and a house, and well, they come here and then they give that up and lead a much more simple life.
That was God directing me through the events in my life, through the Air Force, through schooling, through my family situations, to where I am today.
But I've been impressed with them. They're friendly, willing, generous young men.
You wake up and you do prayers with them, morning prayers. You have breakfast with the community. You
learn new languages, especially Italian, common language of the Custody of the Holy Land, which includes people from all over the world, as well as native languages of the people who live in the Holy Land, especially the Christians who speak Arabic.
And the community just gets involved with everything there, so that's why I consider community life very prime key in the Franciscan way of spirituality.
They have classes and they read the writings of St. Francis and learn about St. Francis, but I hope they see it witnessed here by the friars and also by the friars in the Holy Land.
Because everyone comes together with the common goal of serving Christians in the Holy Land and guarding the holy sites.
I had been to the Holy Land on a job, and I had been to Israel and to Jerusalem and took a tour there.
They persevere in their guardianship of these places despite all difficulties and war and conflict, and also they administer to the Christians and help them in their spiritual life.
Reaching out to especially the poor.
With the material goods, because many of them are now in a very difficult situation.
It's going to be difficult to be away from home, but I'm up to the challenge.
My greatest joy is knowing that I will, make a difference, service, help pilgrims, take care of the holy sites, also help draw future vocations in.
It's an adventure. Really an adventure because you go to places that you would never thought you would ever see before.
We were in the synagogue in Capernaum where Jesus preached his Eucharistic discourse, and we got to read John 6 in the synagogue in Capernaum.
I guess experience is the word. You see it and you hear it and feel it. It touches you in a way that rather than just reading in a book.
Being in the places where Jesus lived and walked and died was very inspirational for me, especially where he taught along the Sea of Galilee.
Going out on the Sea of Galilee in the boat and opening up the story about the storm on the sea, all of a sudden it's like you're there watching this happen.
Be in a boat out there rocking and you can really imagine this was what Jesus was like, Jesus and the apostles.
The birthplace of St. John the Baptist, so it was really a tremendous experience I had over there in Ein Kerem.
To me, that was an amazing experience, to be in the place where he actually spoke.
Palm Sunday, the procession that we have, and the people that would be there was amazing. It was just, of all the tourists that were there, thousands of people, it was just amazing.
When I was at the sites in the Holy Land, I was very inspired by the friars who served there.
The shrines are wonderful holy places, but the friars make them places of prayer. We celebrated Mass, for example, in the Holy Sepulchre, and to be there, the place where Jesus' body was and where he rose from the dead, to touch the stone of Calvary where Jesus died.
The crucifixion, when you're in the Holy Sepulchre, you have this special feeling that comes across you that you're there experiencing this. And it changes the whole way that you view your vocation and the way that you look at your religious life in terms of your relationship with God.
Very moving and motivating, inspiring experience.